Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right? You wake up early, stay up late, you are diligent with your work, and at the end of the month, your bank account does not resonate with all your effort. Sometimes you feel like you are pouring a larger jug of water inside a leaking basket. Um, Most people will tell you to work harder, but the truth is, you can't solve a spiritual problem with a physical labor. But today, I'm revealing the missing spiritual key that is keeping you or keeping your harvest in the heavens while you are toiling here on earth. And if you are tired of working for nothing, this world is for you. And don't roll out this video, because the third point is the reason why I'm actually doing this video. So stay with this video to the end. So let's get started. The first thing that make people struggle hard, and then their struggle and their labor does not amount to wealth, and that's number one: you don't understand wealth. Hear me carefully. Many people, when you ask them about wealth, they can only give you psychological and intellectual definition of what wealth means, of which on one part they are correct, but they have forgot that understanding wealth is just from the intellectual standpoint. Understanding wealth is just understanding one side of a coin. The other side of it, you have not yet understand it, and the other side of it are actually and largely spiritual. What we call wealth is not just paper or money or the liquidity or of assets that is being picked or packed together over the years. It's talking about the spiritual component also, the spiritual force, and also the backings you have from the realm that is not seen. So, and these are the secrets that many millionaires and billionaires will not tell you, and that is why they can show you their labor aspects, the amount of books they read, the amount of study they did, the amount of actions they took, but virtually everybody and similarly few people have took that same exact actions, yet the result is not yet to show for them. So that shows that there is something different that they are not telling you that makes it difficult for every other person uh, to work with. So the first uh, problem we have with people who work hard and their hard work cannot amount to wealth is because they don't understand wealth. And when you find and them and you begin to ask them questions, what is wealth? Larger part of people will just give you definitions and what they understand from intellectual standpoint, but many of them will not actually give you the spiritual aspect of it. And whether you are a believer or non-believer, no matter you don't belong to, the real aspect and the real work of what we call wealth is not just about what you just accumulated year on it, or what you accumulated in asset or money or anything. It's about the realm that is not seen with the physical eye, that is backing people's result. So that is why some people's wealth, no matter what they do right or do wrong, they will always get wealthy. They will always get wealthy. That's why no matter what they tell you, you can't actually get the secret behind their wealth. You can't actually get it, because everything they will tell you will just what you are going to do and still fail again, and still go back to them and fail again, because you don't understand what wealth actually really means. So the real problem of people who struggle a lot and don't have wealth is because they don't understand it. You may understand money, you may understand currency, but you may not understand wealth. You may not understand wealth. The second reason why people work hard and their hard work has not amount to wealth is blockages. Yeah, blockages. And I will resound a little bit more intellectually so that you understand this spiritual perspective of what I'm saying. Blockages. If you check down my video, you can search it, the Ministry of Deliverer. I've done in almost 1 hour teachings on that, and I have tell people that there are many reasons why people will work hard and their hard work will not amount to wealth. And second part I'm talking about today is blockages. What do I mean by blockages? I'm talking about the wholesome system that makes sure that you work hard, make money, but that money will never become a weight in your hand. I'm talking about devourer. And for any understanding you can give to it, I will just try to say this that uh, blockages can work in many things. Sometimes blockages can take form of government policies. There are many people that the reason why they have not amount to wealth today is different government policies being rolled out every year. And we know the world that we live in now that governments are tightening up different policies, different tax to tax, different money from money, different rules, tariffs, secret tax, open one, all those things are the reason why people work hard and make money, yet they can't gather that money that we have meant for wealth. And that's one of the major ways you can see it from policy standpoint. Sometimes we ourselves as people, especially if you're a Christian, there are blockages that Satan can put into your finances, such as that the attack on finances can take another different pseudo attack realm. What do I mean by pseudo attack? A pseudo attack is an attack that is attempted in two major ways. The first one is to drift your attention away, and the second one is to the major part of the attack. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, if Satan wants to eat your toe, he will not just eat your toe directly. What he will do is to be eating your fingers. So by the time you pick all attention on your fingers, you have done eating the toes. And what does that mean? That his major concern is not actually your finger. You want to eat up the toe. So by the time you finish treating your fingers, you find that the toe have already decayed. And that's pseudo attack means. So when a pseudo attack is launched on your finances, you can't amount to wealth. So what means that a pseudo attack can take a form of sickness. By the moment you collect a big money or a project or a salary or amount of profit, somebody beside you suddenly fails it. It can be you, it can be your spouse, it can be your children, it can be your mother, it can be anybody. And you find that their sickness timing always fall into that time where you have amount of breakthrough or you have amount of money. And that is where the majority of your money you receive just go. And the moment that money finish, they themselves will get normal. So that will tell you that there are reasons why you can't amount to wealth, because all these blockages are put as an impediment to make sure that your journey into wealth will be so difficult. So difficult. And I'm showing this thing to you so that you can understand that journey of wealth is not just what you just think about it, especially if you are starting from scratch. If you have amount of advantages in life where you have a rich uncle, a rich auntie, rich family, many of these things may not actually be your own problem. But I'm talking to some people that you are starting from the scratch. You have to beware of blockages. Very, very important. Blockage. Third reason, which is a major one, why people are hardworking, yet their hard work has not amount to wealth, is mindset. Yes, mindset. One of the major problem of an average man who want to start from the scratch and then amount to something is mindset. Mindset has become one of the major hindrances of wealth. I find out and I believe that all my journey around finances, one of the area I struggle most in training people financially is the area of mindset. And believe me on that, mindset has become one of the major problems I've encountered when it comes to money issue. You find out that many people that want to journey in the area of wealth does not have the mindset at all. In fact, you can't chase wealth with the mindset of poverty. And if you check any financial coach around who have done this thing for many years, they will tell you that one of the major problems they have with people is their mindset. A lot of people are carrying a defeated mindset, a very myopic, short-sighted mindset everywhere. So the moment you try to talk them and inspire them and sometimes motivate them into believing that this thing is possible, they will never agree. In fact, on many cases, they will go against you. And the reason is not their problem. The problem is not them themselves. The problem is because they have been defeated many times. And there is amount of defeat a man will face in a lifetime, you will be grounded. Defeat can wound a man's spirit, it can wound a man's soul, it can break a man's spirit, a man's soul. So people have met failures countless number of times. So when they meet you for the first time, you are talking them about finances, their mind cannot comprehend it. Not because they don't want to, but because of the amount of defeat they have encountered. So there's even when there's potential in them, when there are opportunities around, when there are everything that will make them change their situation, they will not want to grab it because of failures. Because everything will be telling them, you have done this thing before, you have done something like this to do it before. What is the end of it? Nothing. So people have failure mindset, they have myopic mindset, they have poverty mindset. And when I want to teach people about finances, one of the area I take a longer time in doing is the area of mindset. It takes me a long time. You know why? Because until that area has been conquered, there's nothing you want to teach them finance. In fact, give the opportunity, they will never grab it. Teach them this thing, they will see, not because that thing is meant to fail, but they will still make it fail. There are many principles, there are many laws, there are many different ethics, systems you have to build for people. When they have wrong mindset, they will make the principle, the laws of no effect. Not because those people are not powerful, not because they are not working for other people, but because of their failure mindset, that thing will never work. Will never work. So one of the third and major reason why people work hard and they don't have wealth is their mindset. There are many people who are carrying about a very dead poverty and failure mindset. And when you have this mindset, no matter how much you work hard, you can't amass wealth. You can't. Even if your hand is touching money once in a while, the amount of money you thought does not matter. It will still reduce back to the size of your mindset. So if what your mindset can carry is just 100,000, everything, even if you win a lottery, you will still spend the money until it accepts what your mindset can handle. So the problem is not you. The problem is your mindset that need to be renewed. So the third reason why uh, people work out and they don't have wealth as a result is many people are going about their daily hustle with very poor mindset. The last key I'm going to share today is the action plan. Many people who want to amass wealth, when you ask them, what do you want to do to amass this wealth? Many of you cannot give you a proper roadmap to wealth. So they just have an illusion of mentality that one day they're going to have wealth. But when you ask them, what is your roadmap? What are you going to do? What are your action plan? What are the budget, your plan to make this road worth working? They can't actually give you a concise and precise plan. What they just know that one day is going to become better. And that is one of the reasons why people have problems. So if you don't know exact route that leads to wealth, every other route will lead you anywhere. And that is why there are only few people who understand the road to wealth. Very few people, because they have the plan, they know where they are going. It may take a while, and it has to take a while because wealth is not something you just wake up one day and amass. It takes a few period of time, but people don't know the roadmap. So if you can't ask an average man now, what can you do to have 10 million in the next 3 years? They don't know it. And what they will tell you, maybe their job, their salary, maybe. But how can salary give you a 10 million in just 2 years? How? What kind of salary do you want to work? What company do you want to work that will give that amount in 10 years? You're removing tax and all those expenses. See that now. So people don't know the roadmap to wealth. So they just believe like an illusion, thinking that one day they're going to have wealth, but they cannot have it because they don't know the road that leads to it. So people can't give you exact what they can do in exact form, that this way I'm going, and you can't know where you are going and the road to it until or unless somebody tell you this is the way. And many people in their pride, they don't want to associate with such kind of things. So they believe in themselves. Everything I want to do, everything I'm doing, it has to be me. So people believe that everything they are doing must be from their head. So they don't want to draw lessons from this one, this one. There's one guy on Facebook, the School of Hard Knocks. This guy go around the world interviewing different billionaires and millionaires in dollars and pounds and euros. And what this guy always do is that he interview and ask them questions how they make wealth. And when you check everybody he interview, you will see always a similar pattern to wealth. Is that entrepreneurship? Is that investment? Is that they are doing something? You can never see a small chunk of money in that road. Everybody is doing that. They are investing, they are setting up business, entrepreneurship, they are putting money somewhere, putting that's what you are going to see. So people don't know exact road to wealth, and they believe that just being hardworking, doing everything my hand made means wealth. Is a lie. So doing everything your hand made does not mean wealth. It means poverty. There is exact road that everybody must work on if they want wealth. And what problem is that even if you know the road, are you willing to work in it? Do you have the enduring power, the capacity, and the delayed gratitude for that road? Because you will choose to uh, deny what you will enjoy now for to enjoy it better in the future. So, and many people choose their immediate comfort over short time pain. So that is why the road for wealth is not for everybody. It's only for selected few who are willing to journey. So I believe that on these 4 points you have listened and you can know where you are faulty. That the journey to wealth is not just by hard work. Is there are missing links. There are missing things that you are not getting in that area that make sure that you are being dejected and you are being limited as far as the issue of wealth is concerned. I believe that this video has blessed you one way. Do well to to like, subscribe, and also comment everything you want to learn or anything you feel like we should talk upon. Until next time I see you, goodbye and remain blessed.